morning, ladies and gentlemen, and children. This is Gerry Anderson here. It's 29 minutes to 11 o'clock on this fine Tuesday. Not a bad day, actually. I almost feel human for a start, because I had no drink last night. Went to bed at a relatively early hour. The times... Oh, I told you the time already. I'm sorry about that. I'm repeating myself already. We'll be talking about many things today. As I say, the request for Rickety Wee numbers keeps flowing in. I'm amazed at the fecundity and indeed the tenacity of many of the listeners. I didn't realise there were so many of you out there. Maybe there's someone listening after all. I can't believe it. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme about that or any other matters. Don't forget, we have many prizes to still filch out of the punters. You're not as forthcoming with prizes as I thought you would be. We're not getting the quality of prizes. We need dear things. We'll talk about that later. The number to ring is 0645 555 678. Even your grandmother is welcome. 0645 555 678. We want prizes. We want turkeys. We want weekends in Scotland. We want golf weekends in County Mayo. We want things that the people can drink, such as whiskey. Well, I sometimes don't give the people the whiskey at all. No, I do. From a small town. I didn't mean to play that at all. I'm sorry. I meant to play track 2 in that, which is much more civilized. It's a little song called All the Best. This is John Prine. Well, first mistake at 2 minutes into the programme. That's not bad. This is much more in keeping with my mood this Tuesday morning. It's important to set the right tone. Want to scare away all the listeners we don't want. Keep the ones we like. Love the one you're with. You can't always get what you want. There's a song title in there somewhere.
I wish you love and happiness. I guess I wish you all the best. I wish you don't do like I do, and never fall in love with someone like you. 'Cause if you feel just like I did, you probably walk around the block like a little kid. But kids don't know. They can only guess how hard it is to wish you happiness. I guess that love like a Christmas card. You decorate a tree, you throw it in the yard. It decays and dies, and the snowmen melt. Well, I once knew love, I knew how love felt. Yeah, I knew love knew me. And when I walked, love walked with me. And I got no hate, and I got no pride. Well, I got so much love that I cannot hide. Yeah, I got so much love that I cannot hide. Chevy, say you drive a Ford. You say you drive around the town till you just get bored, and then you change your mind for something else to do, and your heart gets bored with your mind and it changes you. Well, it's a doggone shame, and it's an awful mess. I wish you'd love, I wish you happiness. I wish you love, I wish you happiness. I guess I wish you all the best.
Sorry, excuse me, I'm coughing. I don't know why. Could be the lung coming up. but I hope not. That's John Prine. That's an album called The Missing Years. That's a song called All the Best. That's an excellent album, that. Right, got some letters here about people. Thank you for all the letters. Now, I've looked at every single one of them. Some of you have just sent me little notes and all the reviews. You can't say all the reviews, can you?
All right, now.
Listen.
Well, it's on, what's our number here? 266
555 678.
That's right.
I've got a letter here. It says, could I please have a number on your wheel? As I'm a cleaning lady and as I go round the houses, I listen to your show. Usually I'm at Peggy's. When I hear the most of your show, say hello to Peggy. Well, hello to Peggy out there. That's from Margaret Blair. From, is it Ballygolly or Larne? Yeah, Ballygolly. I request a number on your Mickey Wheel, please, and also play Kevin Walsh's Tuberg song for all the hard-working staff of B Telecom in Northern Ireland. Out in all weather. That's from Freddie Brock. He's in the Omagh Telephone Exchange in Kevlin Road in Omagh. And I'll play that. I don't know if I have that with me. I'll have a look and see. If I have it with me, I will. If I haven't got it with me, either I'll send a minion up or I'll do it tomorrow. Minions don't go for me, though, unusually. Dear Gerry, I wish to thank you. This is from Agnes Matson of... I'm very excited today, aren't I?
You ring our reception number. Ring our reception number and Janet's there and she'll give you the details that you require.
What does she want?
Our reception number is 262244.
What does she want?
262244. That's right, yeah.
What does she want?
All right, now. Right, bye-bye. Bye.
What does she want?
Who?
That person.
That person?
Yeah. I'm keen to get involved here.
Yeah, okay.
I sometimes feel out of it. I mean, I look here and I was reading the letters, as I normally do, and I see the two of you busy away talking to people,
yes.
And I just feel as if I want to get involved. That's why I wanted to earwig in your conversation. What was that about? I feel somehow left out of it. You don't involve me in a lot of things, and I'm the presenter, I should know.
I know.
I just want to feel a part of it. I don't want to be a titular figurehead.
Well, it's the same thing. You're sitting in there and you're reading letters, and we're sitting in here looking in there at you reading letters, and we don't have any letters to read, but we let you get on with it.
No, but these letters are okay. But what you're dealing with the public live, read in tooth and claw, I want to be a part of that. I just often feel that I would rather be in there, and you could be in here.
Well, why don't we just direct some of the calls through to you?
Here's a letter for you. Look, it's not for you. It's for me.
Right.
It's from Banbridge, County Down. It's from Eleanor Hamilton, who is female.
Right.
She says, Dear Mr. Anderson, that's for me, of course. I heard you mention the other morning that there are new BBC photographs. Please send me one of yourself and Sean. I'm afraid I have to tell there are none of you.
Yeah.
I have never seen Sean, but if his voice and manner is anything to go by, he must be very handsome. I've often said it to you upstairs. Isn't the radio a marvellous thing? It gives you this impression. And then she only saw you now.
Yeah.
I was a working nurse for over 30 years. You may be able to fix, the thing that you have.
The what?
Yeah. I don't like talking about it.
No.
But I now have my 92-year-old mother living with me, and your show really lifts my spirits. And I love the crack and your choice of music. Well, we don't hear that often, do we?
No, that's a new one. New light out of an old window.
We don't normally hear people praising our choice of music. As a matter of fact, dare I say the opposite?
Yeah.
Many people complain bitterly. Dare I mention the wheel? The chance of a number would be nice. All the best to you and Sean and your families.
Ah, that's nice.
She thinks you're handsome. We should get a photograph of you. No, we really should.
No, we shouldn't.
There are BBC photographs of important people,
including
myself and Hugo and George.
Yeah.
But there's none of you, unfortunately. I really do think I should make representation to the 6th floor in Belfast.
Would you?
I think you've done enough,
Even one.
I think you've done enough. No, if they do one, maybe
I'll photocopy it. No, I can photocopy it.
You've done it. But what I was thinking was, remember I suggested the other day, I've been thinking about this, I'll draw your face and mine.
Right.
Do you remember that film of The Man with Two Heads? We could be that. But it wouldn't be enough for you. Anyway, thank you. Go ahead. Here's a letter from Luma Valley and I already read that. Didn't I? No, I didn't. From Agnes Matson in Lima Valley. She said, I wish to thank you for the present I had last year. It was a bottle of whiskey which was received with open arms as I was hosting a few friends. Having a few friends in on the Friday night. Well, I usually keep the whiskey, but this year I'm going to give it out to the people. What else am I going to talk to you about? It's rarely I recommend a programme, but I have to say to you that looking through the Radio Times today, I see that there's a marvellous programme on tomorrow night on BBC Northern Ireland, and you really should watch it. I don't know if you're interested in this at all, but if you're not, you should watch it. It's called Dear Boy. It's at 10:30 tomorrow night on Wednesday, 10th of November, tomorrow night at 10:30 on BBC Northern Ireland. It's the story of Michael McLeamore, Michael McLeamore was one of the finest actors who ever lived, and he lived in Dublin now. He died in the 70s. But it's about him, and I really do think you should watch it. I really do think you should watch it, because he's a marvellous guy. I met him a couple of times. Marvellous person. If you really want to see a programme that will open your eyes, have a look at that. Tomorrow night, 10:30, Dear Boy, BBC One Northern Ireland. Plug over. Here's Bob Kennedy singing about the Shankill and the Falls. Not a thing that many people do in a regular interval. I'm talking gibberish today. I must collect myself. I'm very excited. I don't know why. It must be something to do with the chemistry of what I took this morning. Somebody scraped the Aspro off the pills. I don't know what I took. Bob Kennedy, brother of Brian. He'll be pleased for me to tell you.
Took a walk with my guardian angel through the streets where I was born. The painted wall rose up around me from the to the falls. And all the time you entertained me or broke my heart, I can't recall, till I threw the dice and I kept my distance from the shank and the fall. Trust somebody, a spark of love in everyone. From Tiger's Bay to the Silent Valley, from the Shankill to the Falls.
I thought there was more to it than that, actually. Does it start again? No, it doesn't. That's Bob Kennedy from Belfast, of course. That's a song called From the Shankill to the Falls. And the people who are on that record looks like a who's who of songwriting. It's Peter Ryan is on mandolin, fabulous songwriter. I don't know if you heard of him or not. He's great. Steve Earle is on that, acoustic guitar, and Nancy Griffith. That's Bob Kennedy. That's an album called Domestic Blues. And he will do as well, or if not better, than his famous brother, I predict. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Not too bad, and you?
I'm talking gibberish today. I don't know why. I'm trying to stop it.
What's different?
I don't know. Thank you. No, but more gibberish than usual. I'm saying everything twice, But that's okay. Maybe you can speak normally.
Gerry, I was wondering if you could help me.
Yes.
About 15 years ago, I bought the wife a wee dog for Christmas.
Yes.
And it died there in August. I think it was about August, September.
Yeah.
Which obviously, I mean, I had a good innings anyway, but never.
Good innings for a dog, yeah.
And I was going to get her another one for Christmas here.
Yes.
And she sort of says that initially she wouldn't have another one, but she sort of intimated now that she should be quite happy to have one and she would look forward to having another one.
Yeah.
Now that a few months have passed.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to get her a wee black lab pup.
Yes.
A bitch.
Yes.
But I would probably have to be born now and be about between 2 to 4 weeks. So coming to Christmas, it would be about 10 weeks old.
Yeah.
8 to 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Which I believe is the time you should take them away then.
Mm-hmm.
From the mother.
Yeah.
And I've rung a few, and all the ones I've rung are all ready now. you know, which obviously is no good. They're wanting rid of they're wanting rid of the pups now, and they'll be too old then.
You want something that's popping about now?
Just popping about 2 to 4 weeks old, Jerry. I could have a wee look at, and then put a deposit on if they wanted money for it.
Right,
and then it would be ready, and then she would have, you know, I didn't want to sort of leave it at the last minute, and then she wouldn't get it, you know.
Forward planning is important when you're dealing with pups.
Mm.
Did you say a Labrador?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking for a Labrador that would have a wee kind. You prefer a wee kind of a black one?
A black bitch, if possible, Jerry.
All right. Okay, then anyone out there would be able to help you. Give us a ring here at 0645 555 67. Would you not entertain a smaller little kind of a dog?
Well, we had a smaller one, but we sort of, she's a bit more tamed herself now, and she's sort of into this power walking.
Oh, don't. Oh, the Red Army marches, eh?
Oh, I've never seen so many women in all my life out walking.
What is wrong with them? It's like the Red Army out there.
But
it really is.
I think a lot of them are just glad to get out of the house for an hour.
No, it's more than that. It's an expression of, I don't know, it's latent aggression, I think. Mm-hmm. It's the way that they would walk. They'd tramp on you. They would. I mean, does your wife, I don't want to ask personal questions, but does she plug in a portable CD player when she's walking?
No, there's be 2 or 3 of them go, so...
They talk amongst themselves.
Oh, yes,
that's even
so.
worse. It's like a battering ram. And they see nobody in front of them.
No. And they're everywhere.
Their arms swing and their legs go out.
I don't know what took this on, but they're everywhere.
I'd love to know who started this.
Mm-hmm.
You can't attract their attention, you know.
No.
I mean, sometimes I go out for a walk with my little dog. I have a nice little dog, actually.
What kind's yours?
I have a little, as they call them up here, Lhasa Aspros, but they're called Lhasa Apsos.
Is that like a mini Dulux dog?
Well, I suppose you could describe it like that. They're like little Shih Tzus, but, you know, I don't know what breed it is. Sorry, that's the old joke. I can never resist it. They're lovely little things, and I've been talking about this before, and I really shouldn't talk about it again, but they're everything that a man would want, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. They don't bark unless they have to. And when you buy one of those, you're buying an alarm clock and a hot water bottle.
Uh-huh.
They used to sleep up the sleeves of the Tibetan lamas.
Uh-huh.
They were bred for the Tibetan lamas, as you know.
Do they cast?
Who live in Tibet. No, they don't. They don't cast, no. Mm-hmm. No, they're very nice and they're very friendly, and they crave human company. Mm-hmm. And when you leave them for a day, when you come in, they come up and jump all around you, and then they eat. They won't eat alone. Mm-hmm. They won't eat until you're there. So I never leave any food for it. My dog hasn't eaten for 3.5 weeks. I'm trying to see how far she can go. No, but I would recommend, but maybe your wife would love the wee tiny little dogs like that. You know, they're so affectionate.
See, we had it the last week. It was a wee dog, but she sort of said she would prefer one that would get a reasonable size now. Yeah,
well, you see, this is because she's doing the walking.
Scary.
See, this is what it is. She's getting the mentality of a big man. That's what it is. It's the walking's done it. Mm-hmm. And how far does she walk?
About probably 4.5 miles a night.
That's a long walk. How high do the arms go?
Oh,
shoulder high.
Like marching.
Yeah. I'd love to know who started that. Have you any idea who started that?
Only takes them about an hour.
I know. Who started it, though?
I don't know.
This place up around here is crawling with them. I'm afraid to go out for a walk in case they just tramp on you.
I know. I don't know.
They don't see you.
No.
There was a time when you used to go out for a walk and, you'd see women. I mean, sometimes when you have a dog, it's a great way to meet women, especially when they have another little dog and you walk up and you say, "Oh, hello, what a lovely little dog you have." And they say, "Oh, what's yours?" You talk about the dog before you know it. You're up in the pub for a drink. And that's every man for himself. But when you walk along a dog now, you have to lift it and run away and kiss these women and go, hum, 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 hum. You see them coming about a mile away. Uh-huh. And if they're all chatting and yabbering at the same time as your wife is doing, it's even worse. You hear them 2 miles away. And I'm getting excited now, aren't I?
We'll have them spoiled. We shouldn't let them out at all.
They should be stopped. Mm-hmm. I think there should be some kind of a spray that you have to make them stop. Put it under their arms so they can't do that. It's the arms frighten me.
If they kept them down by their side, they'd be all right.
But the ones that I can't understand are the ones who have the CD and the tapes, and you see the wires trailing from their ears, and they're always looking straight down. And I was always taught when I was a child that when you were going out for a walk, the reason why you went out was threefold. 1 was to exercise your body, 2 was to get a breath of fresh air, and 3 was to have a look around you to see what's happening. Mm-hmm. Because when you're in a car there driving, you see nothing.
That's right.
But when you're walking, you can stop and you
See
can.
plenty.
And I used to go out and take a walk. I'm a great walker. I often walked. I bring a stick, and if I see a stone, I poke under it and have a look. And if I see a wee bird's nest, I climb it up and look into it. And if I see a rabbit, I try and shoot it. But if you see things, you've a liberty. You go off the road, maybe. What?
Sorry, does Robert want a pup? There's a lady phoned to say that she's got a black Labrador bitch.
Yes.
But no.
How do you mean no? What
Well,
is
she's
it?
got it. It's not. I know Robert wanted to wait for a fortnight, but this lady has got one.
What age?
It's a couple of weeks old. I don't know. I didn't
How
ask.
do you feel about that,
I think
Robert?
it's a black
Is that a bit premature for you?
Well, I was going to give it to her for Christmas.
Well, what?
You know what I mean?
Well, the other
Right.
thing is that there is the
Well, do you
kids
wanna
here
leave
as well.
your
And
number?
it was sort of going to do for them as well, but it was mostly for her because she had the other one.
All right, then.
So,
You're
but you
2
see,
weeks early.
It was only a couple of weeks old. You couldn't take it away anyway.
But you.
Yeah,
wouldn't-
well, why-
but why don't you? Excuse me. Do you mind? Do you mind if I talk to Robert?
Sorry.
Coyle's getting all mixed up there.
No, he's not.
Behind the glass is where you go.
Right.
Now, Hugo,
Right.
in here.
So,
Right. What? So,
are you taking care of this now?
I'm taking care of
Right.
this.
Well, put me off now.
I'll put you off then. So what you could do
Yeah.
is, you don't have to lift it right away. It's 2 weeks old now.
Well, if it's only 2 weeks, it would be 8 to 10 weeks around Christmas time.
Which isn't that what you want?
Exactly. But I don't know. Coyle says, could you get it now? But sure, if it was 2 weeks, what's he talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about. What are you talking about?
Does he?
No, see, you seem to.
This
Let's get to the nub of it.
Right.
Is he-
I
He
thought.
doesn't want it today.
Is he okay there?
But will the dog live for another 3 or 4 weeks?
Excuse me. I was under the impression that Robert didn't want this pup now. He didn't want. He wanted a pup that would be born in a fortnight's time.
No,
That's
but
what I thought.
What's a fortnight between dogs?
You understand?
The dog- the 2
I
week-
thought that he was looking for a dog that's now still in the womb.
The womb? Do dogs have wombs?
Well,
Do they?
I think you need to lie down, Sean.
do you understand?
Do you know the wee dog that I have? The Lhasa Aspro. Do you know they're born in little plastic bags?
Super fairs.
They come out in little plastic bags and apparently you have to open them up. Wouldn't that be a great present for a child?
But anyway,
Anyway.
what about this dog?
Yes.
I would also-
I suggest, Robert, that we give you this person's phone number.
Yeah.
Gerry.
And you
Yeah.
can ring the person, and maybe if you said to them, if everything is okay, if you agree to everything, maybe they could keep it until such time as you want it.
Don't think if it was born in 2 weeks by Christmas, it would only be 4 weeks old. And you can't take it away from his mother until it's about 8 to 10 weeks.
Okay, let's work this thing out here. It's been born
What does he want? What does Robert want?
Don't be getting angry with him.
And look,
The man
I've
is
got.
only
We've got.
trying- he's looking for
Look,
help. It's
look.
his
Our
BBC.
phones are flashing here, and we've got to answer them. Does Robert want a dog that's 2 weeks old now, today?
It's about 8 or 10 weeks at Christmas.
No. Do you want a dog that's 2 weeks old today?
Well, not exactly 2 weeks
Well,
old.
how old do
today.
you want your dog to be today that
Not,
you want?
what's it? Not years old today.
What?
Jerry, he's been very cheeky.
No,
I have a word
I've
for
got to answer.
Don't raise your voice to Robert.
Right.
Don't raise your voice in there.
I am sorry,
That's a cheeky
Robert.
boy.
Robert, could you please tell me how old this dog is that we are looking for you?
Not years
Two,
old.
2 to 4 weeks now.
No.
Well, that
Thank
bloody
you.
dog is 2 weeks old now. What does he want? Robert, I'm getting angry with
Jerry,
you.
he says it wouldn't be born for another 2 weeks. That's what he
Is that
said.
what you said?
He says it's still in the womb.
Is that what you said?
That's what I was asking,
Yes,
Rob.
thank you.
What about
Yes.
this dog that you're talking about? Is it alive or not?
It's alive.
But what are you talking about the womb for?
Hold on a minute. Let's start again. You have a dog there which is 2 weeks old.
A couple of weeks old, yeah.
Do you want it, Robert?
Yes, if it was a black lab bitch.
Yes.
And yes.
I think that's.
Okay, we'll give you the number.
Right.
And you-
Sean,
Yes.
where are they? Where do they live?
Roughly.
Look, during the news, we'll ring you. Right?
Ooh, bitchy.
It lives in Scandinavia. It's in Oslo. Is that okay?
He's getting very cheeky.
He is,
He
yeah.
used to be a nice boy.
I know before he started to
Nice
speak.
boy.
It was great before he started to speak. Yeah.
Right,
All right then.
I'll
So
let
there
you
we
go.
are, Robert. That seems to be you sorted out.
Well, we'll see.
I'll leave you in their hands.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Calling too.
All right.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. I thought you were very cheeky to him. I really thought you were hateful there.
No, I wasn't.
You were hateful.
I didn't know what direction to go.
The people will be talking about you. You'll be scaring women and dogs, and people will be afraid to ring here.
Please
Such a
talk.
tongue, such a tongue you
Ian.
have in you.
Ian wants you.
Does he? Hello, Ian.
Hello.
Good morning.
That was good there for a minute.
Well, you see, this is what I have to deal with here. You can't get this. You can't get the wood, you know.
What about that dog last night? 125,000 quid's worth.
What was that?
He wants to be a millionaire.
I didn't watch it last night. Did the man?
Do you know what a Bichon Frise is?
Pardon?
Do you know what a Bichon Frise is?
Yes, I knew the Bizon. Is that what he won 125,000 quid for?
He was on 125,000, and for another 125,000, he was asked what was it?
What was a Bichon Frise? And that was his
The
quarter of a
audience,
million.
93% of the audience said a dog. 50-50 went a dog and wind, and Ask a Friend said a dog, and he refused it.
He refused it after all those people told him it was a dog.
He's a Scotsman.
Oh, that explains it.
Tight get.
So he took the
He
125,000.
took 125.
I can't watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I hate the programme, but I was yelling at that TV last night.
So was I. I've made a decision. I haven't told the listeners yet. I've stopped watching television completely.
Good idea.
I can't take it anymore. It's too much for me. If I see another man hammering a nail into another wall, I think I'll go insane. If I see another person trimming his hedge, I think I'll go mad. If I see another person fixing a sick rat, I'm going to go out of my mind.
TV's a dying art now.
I can't take any more. If I see one more person trying to get someone fixed up with some bird, I'm going to go out of my head.
What about Charlie Dibnall?
Who? Charlie Dimmock? No. Charlie Dimmock is the type of... she's not even slightly attractive.
She's not attractive, but she has attractive...
Yes,
That's-
I know what you're trying to say. I understand. I've been there. I don't mean I've been there, but I know what you're trying to say. Okay, so that's what the man... He didn't know what a Bichon Frise, and he wouldn't listen to anybody.
He wouldn't listen to nobody.
Well, he deserves all he gets, I can say.
Do you want to hear a good story about a dog?
All right.
My dog.
Yes, okay.
My dog was brought to court.
Was
I
it?
used to take my dog every Sunday night to the pub for a pint.
What did it have?
It had 2 bags of potato, cheese and onion and a half a pint of lager.
What kind of lager did it drink?
It drank harp.
Did it like harp?
Oh, it loved harp.
Right,
Didn't like Bass or didn't like Smithwick's or anything like that. It liked the harp.
I suggest some of the new Mexican beers. The dogs seem to like that.
Wouldn't
Like
I tell you about
Sol.
this dog, but
Yeah, okay.
we were walking home usually every Sunday night, and this dog, we let it off the lead, and this other dog was off the lead, and the two of them got into a wee bit of a tussle.
Yes.
With the result that I was brought to court, and this old twaddle of a lady said that I had ordered my dog to attack her dog. She stood in between them and got bit.
Well, was there any truth in this allegation?
Absolutely none.
Okay.
The result was that I was fined £500, and the dog was ordered to be put down.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. So what I hope...
My dog got lost.
Oh, did it? Very
Yes.
handy. Good.
It got lost for the last 6 years. On its way to the happy hunting ground in the sky now, but I think it spent its years in exile
It was a
in one of the
fugitive...
happiest
it was a
places in the country.
It was a fugitive from justice.
It was a fugitive from justice. I was brought to court twice for contempt of court for not getting the dog put down.
Well, where
And it
would...
cost me £250 each time, and I would have gladly paid another £1,000 to keep the dog alive.
So where did you keep the dog from the arms of the law?
Oh, it got
Oh.
lost.
Did he? But
Yes.
did you have access to it when it was lost?
Well, yes,
And did the police come looking for it?
yes,
Did they really? And they didn't. They obviously didn't believe you.
no.
No, and so they kind of sat you down and says, "We don't believe you." And
We don't believe you. We're taking you to court again.
really, and they kept taking you to court. And
Yeah,
they
took me to court twice after for contempt of court.
and they never saw the dog
I
again.
never saw him again. I did, but they didn't.
Well, I
But I
did.
say I can talk about it now that he's dead now.
I understand that, yeah. I'm sorry to
But,
hear that it's gone.
We even went to the extent of buying a hair dye for the dog.
You died the dog.
The dog was black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And when we died, it became black and purple.
Well, you see that you would notice that. You'd notice a black and purple dog.
Very conspicuous.
You should have died of ginger. Well, I have to say, even though there are people out there who will say that I'm congratulating a man who flouted the law, I have to say fair play to you.
Pardon?
Fair play to you, I have to say. Well done.
Well, it wasn't the dog's fault. There was two dogs got into a fight, and she stood in between them and got bit on the leg.
There's always
But
some
then
old...
the story came out that I had ordered the dog to bite her.
Yeah, there's always some old bitch gets you into trouble, I always find.
My barrister said to this woman playing it straight in the court, "Are you looking for money off this gentleman?" She says, "Yes, I am."
Oh, well, that clinched it as far as you were concerned.
That
Then.
still seemed to put the tin top
Well,
on
may
it,
I
didn't it?
congratulate you on your enterprise, and hope you don't get into that situation again. And if you do,
Well,
I hope
I'll
you
never
do.
get into the situation again because it put me off having a dog. I adore dogs.
Good. Well, listen here.
I would never have another dog in my life.
I'm sorry, we have to go now. Coming up to the news.
That's no problem.
Congratulations, sir. Thank
Nice
you very
talking
much.
to you.
Nice talking to you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
We'll be back after the news at 4 minutes past 11.
BBC Radio Ulster News at 11 o'clock. This is Linda McCauley. Talks are continuing in an effort to solve the problems facing Harland and Wolff Shipyard in Belfast. The shipyard management and representatives of the US firm Global Marine are meeting this morning, and the East Belfast MP Peter Robinson is also due to have separate discussions with both sides. A security alert on a cross-border road in Fermanagh is expected to continue for a number of hours. A telephoned bomb warning led to the discovery of a van near Newton Butler on the main Clonus to Belturbet road. Gardaí say the van was stolen in the Clonus area within the past few days. Army technical officers are at the scene. George Mitchell will be having separate meetings with all the pro-agreement parties at Stormont today. Senator Mitchell only met the main parties yesterday. He arrived at Castle Buildings earlier this morning, making no comment to reporters. Already this morning, the Senator has spoken to David Irvine and Billy Hutchinson of the PUP. They spent around 20 minutes with the Senator and left without comment. The Alliance Party are now meeting Senator Mitchell. Last week, he briefed the two governments and US President Bill Clinton on the progress of his review on the implementation of the Good Friday Agreement. Two men are due to appear before Limavady Magistrates Court today on drugs charges. They've been charged with the illegal supply of a quantity of cannabis resin in the waterside area of Londonderry in October last year. It's alleged the drugs had an estimated street value of £120,000. A third man from Carrickfergus is expected to appear before Londonderry Magistrates Court this afternoon on a similar charge. It's the 10th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, and tens of thousands of Germans are expected on the streets. There'll be a reunion of world leaders at the time the wall came down. The BBC's Caroline Wyatt is in Berlin.
Well, one of the main events for Germany is the ceremonial debate within the German parliament, the new Reichstag, which the government have just taken charge of this September, where Helmut Kohl, George Bush, Mikhail Gorbachev will make speeches to the parliament talking about the end of the Cold War. These, of course, are the men who made it all possible. But for Berliners themselves, we're expecting around 100,000 from east and west together for a big street party by the Brandenburg Gate.
4 German football hooligans have been convicted of almost beating a French policeman to death during last year's World Cup finals. The court in the town of Essen in western Germany was told that one of the men savagely attacked the policeman with a metal rod, causing severe injuries. Patrick Bartlett reports.
Policeman Daniel Nivell suffered brain damage in the attack, which happened during a riot after a match between Germany and Yugoslavia. He still has difficulty moving and talking and is blind in one eye. This morning he was in court in Essen to hear the judge hand down sentences on the 4 men behind the attack. Andrei Zavaki was sentenced to 10 years in prison for attempted murder, while 3 other accomplices received terms of between 3.5 and 6 years after being convicted of causing grievous bodily harm. The attack on Mr. Nivell in June 1998 attracted widespread attention after television broadcasts showed the policeman lying in a pool of blood.
Hundreds of workers at the Ford car plant at Dagenham in Essex have walked out on an official strike over pay. Around 400 toolmakers are taking action in a long-running dispute over bonus payments. The walkout came as crucial talks between Ford managers and union leaders got underway in London. Union officials have described the offer of a 2% pay rise as derisory. Latest in the traffic and travel situation, here's Emma Dunseith.
As you heard during the news, the A3 Clones to Belturbet Road, south of Newton Butler, remains closed due to the security alert. The road will not reopen for at least the next hour. In the meantime, diversions are signposted. A 50 miles per hour speed limit remains in operation Belfast bound on the M1 at junction 10. The Belfast bound off slip and the country bound on slip at the junction are also closed. And at the international airport, the British Airways flight from Manchester and Southampton, due at 11:20, has been further delayed, now landing at 1:45.
And the weather, some brighter intervals during what looks like being a settled day with a top temperature of 11 degrees Celsius. BBC Radio Ulster News.
Remember the 26th of November. Yes, it's Children in Need time again. Together, listeners and viewers raised nearly £20 million last year, but there are many children who still need your support. If you'd like to help, or if you're already planning an event for this year's appeal, make sure you get a fundraising pack. The number to phone is 01 232 338 221. That's Belfast 338 221.
Well, now on BBC Radio Ulster, we offer you a choice of listening. In a moment on medium wave, we'll have local programmes for schools in Northern Ireland. Meanwhile, the Gerry Anderson Show continues on 92.4 to 95.4 FM. This is BBC Radio Ulster, medium wave for schools. Now, One Potato, Two Potato, presented by Libby Smith and Michael McDowell.
There we are. Hey, right, that was good. Everybody get one potato, two potato there. It's 6 minutes past 11. Sorry about that. This is Gerry Anderson here. It wasn't my fault. Was it your fault?
No, sure, who's blaming anyone?
Nobody's blaming anybody. No. Nobody's allocating blame, Sean, but I'm just saying.
We all make mistakes and we feel sorry.
We all make mistakes sometime, and everyone can make a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll be here until 12 o'clock. You listen to BBC Radio Ulster, medium wave. No, it's not medium wave, whatever the other thing is. We'll be here until 12 o'clock. The number to ring is 0645 555 678.
Mary's got a new job. She's working in the bank, making lots of money and giving it to Frank. Frank's a married boyfriend, been that way for a year. Slapped her in the face once, but says he loves it. Oh, Mary, why don't you have some sense? Please do something to restore my confidence. He's met another woman and traveling on his own. He wrote a loving message and left it by the phone. Mary still knows nothing as innocent as snow. Everyone has heard the truth, but no one lets it show. Oh, Mary, why don't you have some sense? Please do something to restore my confidence. Let go on. Mary's got a new job. She's working for herself, making lots of money. I'm thinking of her health. She's colder than November, as hot as she would look. There's times I lie there thinking I'll miss the warm days. Oh, still. Mary, why don't you have some sense? Please do something to restore my confidence. Oh, Mary, why don't you have some sense? Please do something to restore my confidence. Let it go.
That's the four of us from Gerry. That's an album they had out a while back. It's called Songs for the Tempted. That's a big hit from that, called Mary. The new album is out now, called Classified Personal, and if possible, it's better. Right, a lady rang me this morning from Newton Orange. She lost a bracelet on Saturday morning in the market area. I think it is the market area. There was little coloured gems dangling from it. It's of sentimental value, although she says she only had it for a week. So if anybody found a little bracelet around the market area on Saturday morning in Newton Ards, give us a ring here because we have her number. Right, right. The prizes for the rickety wheel. Now we need more prizes. It's not good enough. These are the prizes we have so far: a microwave, 1 ton of coloured pebbles, 7 different colours to choose from, or a meal for 2 in the Cranfield House Hotel in Kilkeel. A £10 gift voucher to be used at any country market. An acoustic guitar valued at £100, donated by Adrian Culbertson, half a stone of liver, or a £10 gift voucher, a bike to the value of £200 by McConvey Cycles in Belfast, a £50 voucher for Geno's, 1 full Northern Ireland reared and processed gammon, donated by Stevie Carlin of Castlewood Farm Products, a meal for 2 at Beatles Restaurant at Kelly's and complimentary admission to Kelly's in Portrush, a £10 Silverside roast, a family portrait to the value of £140, donated by Wedding and Portrait Studio in Church Street Place in Lurgan, a £15 ironing voucher, donated by Kate, who will come to your home and iron your smalls, a buffet donated last year, which was never collected, donated, that's the word, by Ian. A white albino ferret and 1 live Aylesbury drake for breeding purposes. Have we talked to the Sunday World yet?
No.
About the weekend. This is all very slow. I'm assuming that the prices will come in thick and fast as the deadline looms.
Excuse me?
I have to confess that yesterday I was slightly disappointed at the response from the general public, from the business community. Oh, big gob, look who's just come in. It's the chairman of ICI. Hello, Jim.
Is it up to us to to phone the Sunday World?
No, it's
no,
not.
it's not.
No,
it was
but
their prize.
Yesterday
it's
I
entirely
suggested
up to them.
I suggested as that Margaret Brown, was it? I do believe.
Yes.
She won the weekend or whatever it was, the meal for 2 and the photograph in the Sunday World and the limousine collecting her and bringing her to Benedict's Hotel, slap up meal and being able to stay the night. And she wouldn't take it because she was housebound. I mean, that's no excuse.
Well,
you know.
Well, and we're hoping now.
Well, what we want to find out. Sorry for interrupting you there, but you know you're stuttering. But what I was hoping to find out would be if the Sunday World, is this prize still valid for this year? It's simple enough.
And what happens to Margaret?
Exactly. Why don't you ring Jim McDowell in the Sunday World and find out?
No, I'm afraid.
Go on, ring him. No. He's baldy, but he's all right.
No, he shouts.
He doesn't shout. He didn't shout at Ronnie Flanagan.
No.
I've had many weekends in the Benedict Hotel, John. I've had many limousines come to collect me. No, ring... Ring Jim McDowell. He's all right. He's a nice man. He's big, you know, but he shouts at you. He's baldy, but he plays rugby. But apart from that, he's all right. Go ahead. Go on.
No.
Do something. Go on. Be a man. Ring him. Don't be afraid. It's because he plays
Alec
rugby.
wants you in one.
It's because you're afraid of him. Ring Jim McDowell. Didn't he do a series for the BBC? Must be all right if they give him money.
Go ahead.
Good morning. Sure, we're the same. We're all right too. They pay us. Hello. Good morning.
Morning, Gerry.
Yes. How are you?
You can do some slobber.
Slobbering is not the broadcasting, I call it. Slobbering is what many people do call it. Ganching is another word. Right, go ahead.
Tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a St. Bernard dog.
That's the second man today's looking for a 4-legged friend.
That's why I rang you.
Are you sure you're just not looking for the drink around its neck?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
I've looked the country from my wife.
I haven't seen a St. Bernard for a very long time.
I know, they're hard to get. I had one for 3 months and I had to get it put down.
Oh, dear.
He had parvo, you know.
Oh, that's right. That's horrible.
I was bad. I lost an old boxer, and he was the best drinking partner I ever had.
What did he drink?
He was the best boss drinker in Ireland.
He drank Bass, did he?
Boxer dog.
How long did he last?
12 years.
Well, just goes to show you, I bet you the St. Bernard didn't drink anything at all.
No, he didn't. He never got the chance.
Lack of drink killed him. And he was only 3 months old when the parvo...
He was only 3 months,
Well, was he fully grown?
No, I only got him as a pup, you know, but he had the old parvo in him, you know.
His parvo was a terrible thing.
Terrible,
But you can get inoculation for that sort of thing, can't you?
Oh, I had him inoculated and all, but he had it...
he had it... It was there before...
Away, you know?
Yeah, it was there before you got to the vents.
Yeah.
Well, listen, how big do they get? What, very big, don't they?
About 12 stone.
I'm not even 12 stone, and I'm a BBC broadcaster.
You can carry it.
I'm barely 10.
No,
I've St.
heard
Bernard.
that fellow on and said to myself, "But I'll give him a ring because I've been looking in the country for one, you know."
I bet you we can get you one.
I hope you can.
Bet you we
I'll
can.
give you two. I'll give you a few nice praise for that record anyway.
All right then.
A couple of buckets of sticky stuff.
All right. Oh, with sticky stuff?
No, you not know what sticky stuff is?
No.
For tails.
For what?
Tails.
Oh, yes, that'll be a marvellous prize. We look forward.
Tails.
We look forward to that. Yeah.
I'm from Crumlin Tails Centre up in Crumlin.
Oh, so you have access to this sticky stuff.
Oh, how high, boy.
What do you call it? Do you grout at all?
Grout? No, I get a wee kit to grout.
You've got a grouting kit.
I know, a wee kit. You know, a wee kit, the wee boy.
Yeah. Oh, it's a small get.
Yeah, 16 years of age.
A grouting get.
Yes.
That'd be a great job description. What do you do? I'm a grouting get.
He's a grout. Oh, he grouts.
Grouting's the hard part, isn't it?
Have you done it before?
I've watched men doing it. I went up to a man one time and said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm grouting." I said, "Excuse me, I'm grouting." And then he explained what grouting was. It's stuck in my memory since. I don't know why. I would never grout. BBC presenters don't grout.
No, grout there.
Hugo might have grouted a bit in his day, I'd say.
Yeah. That George
He's done most everything else. What?
George Jones was looking to put a grouting done.
I wouldn't work for George.
He rang me up, said I was 40.
Did he?
But I'm only 29, you know.
Don't work for George, no.
No, definitely not.
No.
Well, here, could you help me out there?
Yes, I will. With or without the brandy around his neck?
No, without the brandy. You don't need the brandy.
I just want to make sure you're in it for the right reasons here. All right, then. Anyone out there who knows someone or who has access to a St. Bernard pup and is willing to sell it to a man who will grout it, give us a ring at 0645 555 678. I would sit there, sir, with a certain degree of confidence.
Brilliant, guy.
Maybe before this day is through, you will have yourself a St. Bernard pup.
Brilliant, yeah, sure, brilliant.
Thank you very much. We seldom get praise.
Good
and I'm going to hold you to the prize.
I can't stand you on the TV, but you're good in the radio.
Thank you. Yes.
Cheerio.
Common opinion. Thank you. See you later.
Right now.
I was hurt by that. I was hurt by that.
I know. The fellow wants to know, can you give him details of a group called Amaru?
You saw my face drop, didn't you?
That's brilliant.
Yeah, Amaru.
Thanks very much.
No, that hurt me.
I know.
Because I think I'm all right on television. I look a bit shifty, I know, but that was a long time ago. I look different now. I'm more lived in. Would you see me in Children in Need? You won't believe me when you see me.
I won't believe you. Are you on?
As far as I know, yeah. Unless, of course, maybe not.
You know what I mean?
But anyway, would you see me
line
anyway?
2.
Yeah, right. I mean, no.
I don't know.
No, sorry. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Gerry.
Yes?
Gerry, I was wondering, could you maybe do me a favour, mate?
Yes, of course. Yeah, hello.
Right, a few months back, Gerry, you had a fellow on there from Isle of Man. He was talking about people going over to work over there.
That's
right.
right.
He gave you the name of a newspaper.
That's right.
Do you know if you could put it out over your show, if anybody knows the name of that newspaper, can I get in touch with them?
Oh, it's nearly on the tip of my tongue, but it won't come out, as the man said. I can't remember the name of it, no. But it's...
I know your listeners know, Gerry.
Oh, I'm somebody... Oh, I should be able to remember that. What he said was that there are many jobs over there, and he would recommend very highly that anyone who is here languishing on the brew, that if they want to go up and do something and work in convivial surroundings and healthy surroundings and see Norman Wisdom whizzing by on his motorbike every once in a while, that he suggests... his little legs, and he suggests they relocate to the Isle of Man. Are you thinking about that yourself?
Certainly, yeah.
But are you a single man at all?
Yes.
Well, you see, the world's your oyster.
It is.
You can
I
go
was supposed to go to Australia there about 3 months ago, and I stayed here for a girl.
Oh, that's always a mistake.
Fell out there.
Listen, let me tell you something which you may not have realised. There are many women in Australia.
I know that. I know that. Don't turn my head any more than what I am.
No, I have to finish this. Many of whom are even more attractive than some of the ones you see here. Many of whom have their own teeth. Many of whom have bronzed brown bodies. Many of whom have long blonde flaxen hair. Many of whom are built like brick, that type of house. Many of whom are very nice to you, many of whom don't take as much drink as they take here, many of whom don't smoke 20 Woodbine as many of them do, many of whom don't have a niff under their arms, many of whom are very, very attractive, and many of whom think Irishmen are very nice indeed. I think you should have been away a long time ago.
I know that.
Well, is it not too late? Get out there.
Irish girl.
Because you realise, as I realise, that in Australia now, it's the beginning of the summer.
Yes.
They're all out on Bondi Beach wearing practically nothing.
I know.
Whereas
I know
here,
I'm here in a huckle and at Foundern.
A huckle.
Oh, I.
A huckle.
At Foundern.
Foundern, and the girls are wearing everything.
Yep.
They're wearing.
They're even wearing my long johns.
Double tights. Double tights and the woolen socks. It's called the newspaper is called the Courier.
The Courier.
The Courier.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
If you phone directory inquiries, they'll get you the number of the Courier, and you can ring them, and maybe they'll send you a copy.
That's super, Gerry.
Okay.
That is brilliant. Thank you very, very much, mate.
Let me know how you get on.
I'll drop you a line.
Will you, seriously?
You can come over and stay for your holidays.
No, I've been there. Everybody used to go... Hold on a minute. Pardon?
I'm sorry, there's a gentleman on the phone here telling me there's also the Examiner. Right. Is that right?
Okay, the Examiner. It seems to me that...
Right, you got a copy.
The one... Oh, did he?
Okay, the Examiner and the Courier. Right.
The Examiner and the Courier.
Right. Apparently
there are two newspapers there which have details of jobs. I remember
that's super.
Everybody used to go to the Isle of Man on their holidays.
Yep.
Didn't you go?
Never.
Honeymoon. Yes.
Never.
Didn't you? No, he went. Didn't you?
Right. Hey, I've got the telephone number of it.
Give it to
me.
01624
Hold on a minute.
451. That's the Courier.
He hasn't got that.
Okay, I'll tell this gentleman now. Okay. Thank you now. Thank you. Bye.
Didn't you go to the Isle of Man on your holiday?
Sorry?
Didn't you go to the Isle of Man on your honeymoon?
Aye.
Why didn't you tour Ireland like everyone else?
I couldn't afford it.
Did you go to Douglas?
Aye. Do you know who we went to see? Wee Willie Harris.
You went on your honeymoon and saw Wee Willie Harris?
Aye.
That was exciting. Your wife must have been really
impressed. What a life.
Was he wearing his pink socks? Was he?
Right, the telephone number of the Courier.
Yes.
Right, 01624
Yes.
623 451.
451.
Yeah.
623
That's brilliant.
That's the Courier.
Okay, let us know how you get on.
All right.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Right.
All right, folks.
Good luck to you.
Okay, Gerry. Thanks a lot, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
It's nice to be able to help someone. I always said that.
I was motivated over the hill. Saw Maybelline in the Cooleyville. Cadillac rolling in the open road. Nothing but I run my V8 Ford. Cadillac doing about 95. Rolling bumper to bumper and side by side. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You started back doing the thing that you used to do. Cadillac put up ahead the four. Fuck her, I wouldn't do no more. Then got cloudy and it started to rain. I took to my home for the peasant lane. Rainwater blowing all under my hood. Sure was doing my motor good Maybelline. Why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You started back doing the thing that you used to do. Went down, then when I heard a highway sound, Cadillac sitting like a ton of land, 110 half a mile ahead. Cadillac looked like sitting still. I caught Maybelline on the top of the hill. Maybelline, Why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline. Why can't you be true? Why can't you be true? You started back doing the thing you used to do. Oh, Maybelline. Why can't you be true? Why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline. Why can't you be true? Why can't you be true? You started back doing the thing you used to do. You started back doing the thing you used to do. You started back doing the thing that you used to do. Maybelline.
That's an old record. I love that. That's Dave Brubeck Quartet from an album called Gone with the Wind. That's a song, a tune you'll know. It's called Camptown Races. And before that was Dutch blues singer and guitarist Hans Zeethink with the song called Maybelline, old Chuck Berry song. That's from an album called Call Me. I thought they went well together, but then again, I'm usually wrong. It's 27 minutes past 11 o'clock. Here's some more prizes coming in. Bushmills are donating 2 cases of their 12-year-old limited edition Millennium Reserve whiskey. I believe that's something special.
I think so.
Geraldine knows. Ask Geraldine, is it something special? Is that something special?
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Well, obviously, it's not every day you get a Millennium. Limited edition Reserve whiskey. That's 2 cases. How many bottles is that?
I don't know, but we need a number on the record of it.
What's in the... Pardon?
Why don't I write to you and you write to me?
No, there's a way around this. And what's in a case of whiskey? Is it 12?
12.
That's 24 bottles. That's 3 or 4 we can use as prizes then.
Yeah.
Lovely. No, we'll use every one of them. Not one of those bottles of limited edition Millennium Reserve whiskey will find its way down your or my throat. I promise, I swear to God, that not one of those bottles shall be taken and brought to our respective homes.
One.
Not one of them.
Not one.
No, a case, but not one bottle. No, we're not going to touch any of it. This is going to the people. That's 24 bottles of limited edition Millennium Reserve
There's a
whiskey.
lady on one.
I know there is. AJ Plumbing Supplies of Newry, Banbridge and Balnahinch are donating a bathroom suite or bathroom accessories to the value of £300. This is getting more like it. Now we're getting into my area here. This is the area I had envisaged. So any more prizes, please, please, please. We shall mention these until hell freezes over. And you too shall be sitting in a bathroom suite with a bottle of whiskey in your hand if you're lucky. Only if you have a number though. The way it is, a lot of people have sent in their little pieces of paper, hundreds of you in fact, and we're going to put them all in a hat or a box or whatever it is, and then we're going to draw out a specific number of tickets. And we won't tell you if you've got a number or not. We won't tell you. Will we tell them? Will we tell them if they have a number?
Why would you not tell the people? Why don't you just... we never thought about this.
I have many hats. I've drawing numbers out of many hats. Should we tell the people the numbers when they... But then that'll leave the other people not knowing.
Well, what?
But if on the day if Gerry Kelly is here in his big beard and he shouts out, that's number 6, that's Maeve Doherty.
Right.
What a surprise that'll be for her.
So, are you saying spin the wheel?
Yes.
And then Gerry Kelly shouts number 19.
And then I read out the person's name.
But are you going to put your hand into the hat, the duncher? Are you going to, or the bucket, or whatever it is, and then pull out a letter and saying, and the winner is?
Yes.
You're going to do it that way?
Yes. I just thought of that there now, but why not?
Is that
Why
all right?
not?
That sounds fair enough, doesn't it?
That sounds fair enough to me. And the
this
the
is
marvellous
the
thing,
prize.
but the marvellous thing about that, as you and I and Geraldine have just realised, that it means that we do little work.
It's good, which is good. How do you get rid of wood lice?
I don't know. I think plenty of exercise and a good diet. Found a black Labrador in the Woodstock area of Belfast. That may do the man who's looking for the Labrador. No, I'll be too old for him. And then a Skillen-Collar is looking for a golden retriever pup. So there, what we're looking for today is, we're looking for a Labrador pup that's 2 weeks old. It has to be a black bitch. We're looking for a St. Bernard pup. And we're looking for a golden retriever pup. Give us a ring if you have any of those small varieties of canines. And I have to say hello to Catherine Beckett of Carryduff. Happy birthday to her, Catherine. Happy birthday, Catherine. That's from your son, Nevin, who's thinking about you. Say hello to Tommy Crozier from his wife and family. Hello, Tommy. And a caller is looking for an Irish dancing dress, a little Riverside suit, for a 14-year-old to take to her granddaughter in Canada. Anyone's got an Irish dancing dress that would be suitable for someone of the dimensions of a 14-year-old, which will be brought to Canada and drooled over by many... What?
Would that be fair enough? One prize only per person. You know, for instance, if you're going to make the draw, people may send on 5, 6, 7 letters.
Well, if they do that,
and then
hell skirts them.
No, so if you won once, that's it. You're not in again.
Well, of course, that goes without saying.
All right, no, you got these things.
Goes without saying.
Right.
You see,
But
Kelly will be very familiar with this. This will be like his mug's
That's
game.
right. He could bring the big mug.
I wonder, will he?
Wonder.
And we could get a photograph in the paper.
Oh.
With his big mug.
Ah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
And a big mug that he brings with him.
Right, yeah.
That'd be 2 big mugs. I wonder what he brings. You know the big thing that they make down there with the tinsel paper around the hand?
How deep is that, do you think?
How deep? How long is a piece of string?
Yeah.
Nobody knows how deep that is.
No.
I don't think there's any in it at all.
He should empty her out some night.
He couldn't.
Could he
No,
not?
because there's not hardly any in it.
Yeah.
So nobody writes. There's about 15 or 20 in there.
Right.
That's right.
Would you talk to that lady on one?
Do you remember my photograph came out one night?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No, but we were told about that.
Wonder will it come out again? What?
That lady on one.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Grand, thank you.
I wonder will my photograph ever come out of Gerry Kelly's box again?
I'm not familiar with this.
No, that's okay. Many people... Well, you're one of the few, I have to say.
Is that right? Unfortunately, I haven't been able to
There are far
be
too many.
an avid listener to your show as I normally have.
Gerry Kelly's been familiar with far too many women, in my opinion.
Oh, right.
Anyway, what can we do for you?
Well, I just turned on the radio this morning and I have heard about the discussion about the rickety wheel.
Yes.
And I was a contestant last year who was lucky enough to get a prize.
What did you win last year?
I won a pussy.
You're the one who didn't collect it.
Did I not collect it? Really, I tell you, I contacted the person who donated it on 3, 4, maybe 5 occasions. And unfortunately, it was never suitable for me to call whenever it suited me. And unfortunately, I lost his telephone number.
Well, I have it here.
Ah, right. And he donated my pussy again.
The chick of him, his name is Ian.
That's right. Ian.
I haven't got his second name here.
No. And he's from Ballymena. And I called at his house on 2 occasions.
And he wouldn't surrender his puffy.
Nope.
Well, we're going to get him on the line now.
You get him on the line, and you tell him. And you know something? He passes my door here, I believe, every day, virtually.
Well, that's new light out of old windows.
Isn't it?
I have to apologise on behalf of the BBC and the staff therein.
Well, could I get one of those Millennium bottles of whiskey as a...
No.
a consolation?
No, we shall get your puffy.
You'll get... Am I guaranteed my puffy then?
Well,
yeah?
I'm going to put him on the line here.
Good.
I'm going to demand... He passes your door on a number of occasions?
So I have heard. I believe he's an avid golfer.
Okay,
and I
then.
believe he drives past my door here.
All right,
virtually on a daily basis.
I need a number of small pieces of information.
Sure.
First of all, roughly where do you live?
I have now moved to Port Stewart.
Well, were you living in Port Stewart last year?
No, I was in Belfast and frequently coming past Ballymena and contacted him, and each time he was on the golf course. And unfortunately, when I was in Port Stewart, he was en route back to maybe Ballymena or on the golf course, so it wasn't.
So you have tried. You've gone out of your way.
Numerous occasions.
You've gone out of your way to get your puffy.
And I need a puffy badly because I have nothing here in the house.
All right, nothing at all.
Puffy would be the centre of attention.
All right then. Okay, well we'll get him on the line here and ask him to explain his movements, and we'll get back to you.
Super.
Thank you
very much indeed.
Thank you. Could you get Ivan, please?
Ivan who?
Sorry, not Ivan. Ian, the puffy man.
Right.
The number is here.
Okay, I'll come in and get it when you...
Because he's got a lot of explaining to do.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry.
Yes.
I just called about the snuff incident yesterday.
Yes.
And I had friends coming from America this year and thought that it would be a bit of fun to get some snuff and have it when they came for their tea.
Are you sure it's snuff they wanted?
Well, I think so.
Okay.
They mightn't have wanted it, but that's what they were getting. Anyway, when I went to buy the snuff, I was told that to buy the regular snuff that my aunts used 60 years ago, one needed a prescription.
A prescription for snuff?
A prescription. I could buy a cinnamon snuff or a peppermint snuff, I think it was, a small quantity without it, but the regular snuff one required a prescription.
So if you need a regular prescription for it, it must be great stuff.
Well, you see, it would blow your sinuses out. That's the point of it.
But anything you need a prescription for is usually great. Because, you know, if everybody would get it. If,
it makes one's eyes water and it lifts the head.
Wonder would you get that on the National Health?
Well, I would imagine that anybody that had to use it in any quantity would really have to get it on the National Health.
I have to say that I've never heard of any doctor prescribing snuff to any patient. You probably get it if you're an independent. You can get many things. That's where I get my Viagra. Well, I don't know.
Well, does it blow the head off you?
No, it keeps me from falling out of bed.
Very good.
But the snuff, though, and you haven't been able to get any of the real stuff.
The real stuff, one requires a prescription.
Well, why don't you go to the doctor and ask him for some?
But I only wanted it for fun. I didn't want it for medical purposes.
Go and lie to him. Do what everybody else does. Say that you can't do anything, and your nose has fallen off, and you're coughing and stuff. And tell him that, you know, years ago, the only thing that that ever relieved it was snuff, but you can't get any.
I had 4 aunts, 3 of them snuffed, and the snuff boxes were held in different places. Some were down the front of the blouse, some were up the cuff of the sleeve, and they were all different sizes because no one could use the other one's snuff.
No, well, of course, that stands to reason.
And it was sold in quarter ounces and half ounces.
That's right, yeah.
The half ounce was bought on a payday, and after that, the quarter ounces were bought.
My granny used snuff, and she used to keep her hanky up her sleeve.
Yes.
And whenever she snuffed, she blew the hanky. It was a terrible-looking hanky.
Oh, terrible.
It was a disgraceful hanky. But I can't remember where she kept it. No, I think she kept it in a wee kind of a pocket. Actually, a wee pocket somewhere up in her, or in the area of her bosom.
Yeah, that's exactly where one of my aunts kept her.
Oh, right. Well, there was a wee snuff pocket. So there we are. See, you learn so. See, do you know what I'm going to tell you? In this programme, I learn things every day. I'm a walking fountain of information.
And you know what they say? The day that you learn something's a good day?
Exactly. Every day is a good day in the BBC.
Good for you.
So I don't know what I would suggest you go to. If you do go to the doctor and get snuff, let me know.
Okay.
Because if you get snuff,
I'll be your snuff lady.
Because if you can be my snuff correspondent.
Right.
That doesn't sound good, does it? No, it doesn't sound good now. So if you can get snuff of a doctor, who knows what else you could get, I
Right.
see. All right, well, thank you for that information.
You're welcome. All the best.
Most welcome.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Ian.
Good morning, sir.
What have you got to say for yourself?
I have a completely clear record on this matter.
This woman seems quite clear that you've snubbed her and refused to...
I have not snubbed her.
You've refused to surrender your buffet.
Didn't I tell you and didn't I relate to you that this lady had a very nice voice?
She has a very nice voice.
Hasn't she?
Well, how do you explain the difficulty she has had in contacting
I will
you?
explain to you the whole situation.
Yes.
Now. This lady phoned me up and said, right, I live in Belfast, but I'm moving down to Portstewart.
Yes, that's correct.
And she says, can I call sometime to your house? And see, this is not your ordinary puff. This is a homemade one, and this is made to measure.
Buffet.
Your choice of cloth.
It's
buffet. Sorry,
buffet. Not puff.
This is made to measure, to your own design and to your own specifications and your own colours.
Yeah, yeah.
And I relayed to the lady that if she rang me up and called down to the house, we would pick some cloth and pick her design, and I would make it for her. And I told her that I was down in that area at weekends, hitting wee balls about the field.
Mm-hmm.
And that I would deliver to her personally. But each time she called, either she was coming down from Belfast or I was coming up from my business that I do on a Saturday.
Well, she did say that. She did say that, yes. But
so we crossed each other's paths on 3 occasions.
All right.
And then I wondered why. She said she was moving to Portstewart, and I wondered why she didn't phone me back. And she said there that she lost my number. So,
oh, well, okay.
I will gladly do her buffet and another one for this year's regular.
Oh, look, I've just scored the buffet off the list. I'll put it back on.
No.
I'll just write back on list.
Yeah.
All right, so you're prepared to donate 2 buffets?
2 buffets.
Well, thank you very much. And I sincerely hope that you don't think that we've accused you of any kind of skullduggery.
Not in the slightest. I'm glad to hear that. What was her name? Anne, was it? Or?
I can't remember. I've got the memory span of a goldfish.
Well, have you given her my number again?
I haven't, but we will. We will.
Right.
Don't worry about that.
I am about 20 minutes away from Portstewart at the minute. I could call to her personally.
Well, I can't ask for any more than that. I thank you from the bottom of my BBC heart.
And I'll keep you informed as to the situation.
And we can keep a puffy on the list as being a separate puffy and
Definitely.
offer it for a price.
By all means.
I'm glad I rang you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. It's been cleared up. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. You know, I have this to say to people who emigrate to Australia and to America and to places far west and east to get away from the troubles. This is what you're leaving behind. A man who's prepared to give you 2 puffs.
I couldn't see the colors that you wore. You made me close my eyes. You kept them safely locked behind the door. It's such a thin disguise. You were playing with my heart. You told me there's no need to be concerned. I should have known it from the start. All the time you were praying and playing with my heart. My heart. I don't wanna be the person that you are. I'll never drink your wine. Show me a flower that opens in the dark without the light to shine. You were playing with my heart. You told me there's no need to be concerned. I should have known it from the start. All the time you were praying and playing with my heart. All the time you were fooling me while the world falls apart. What did you think that I wouldn't see when you were
That's Brian Kennedy. That's from his new album called Now I Know What I Want. That's his new single from that called Playing With My Heart. Brian's doing a concert in the Waterfront Hall, big concert somewhere around the time of Children in Need. It's either the 24th or the 27th. I think it's the 27th. I'm not quite sure of November, so go along and see him. He's brilliant. Right, this is the time. Oh, here's some some emails here. Please could you inform your listeners of a charity gig at the Beaten Docket pub in Belfast, opposite the Europa Hotel, at on Friday the 12th of November, that's this Friday, in aid of the Children's Hospice. Good music and prizes to be won, and a special guest appearance by Elvis Presley. That's a novelty. Admission is free. The band is Going Back. That's from Rick Reith. That's the Beaten Docket Friday night. Good crack in there. Every time I go in there, I'm always shouted at by people. That's why I go in all the time. Jim Heaney writes to me from the Real Music Club to fill me in, and said apparently they had a great night with from Tom Russell and Eric Taylor. Eric Taylor recently. Tom Russell, I've been playing his album called The Man From God Knows Where. I haven't played it for a while, but I will play it in the course of this next few days. There is no Real Music Club this Thursday, tomorrow night. Sorry, this Thursday. There are too many things going on around town that night. Next club night is Thursday the 18th of November. That's Thursday week with Canadian singer-songwriter Jane Seabury, or Seabury. She's brilliant, actually. You should go and see that. Kinky Friedman will be there with Phil Campbell. Very good, on the 25th of November. Juliet Turner and Ursula Burns on the 2nd of December. And this is the one I would really want to go to. Lucy Kaplansky with support from the Cattle Company and a guest appearance from Kathy Bonner on the 16th of December. Loiko, Russian Gypsy Fiddlers on the 30th of December. Advance tickets for all shows available from Knights, Botanic Avenue, Backbeat, Great Victoria Street, the Errigal Inn, or post from the address below, which is very complicated. The Ramblin' Jack Elliott concert on the 9th of December. The Ramblin' Jack Elliott concert on the 9th of December has had to be cancelled as Belfast didn't fit in with his touring itinerary. So sorry about that. Now, this is the type of thing here that we have to guard against, and this is the type of thing that I come across often, and which I think is loathsome. A man has defected to another programme. A man who's been treated well in this programme. Ross Cycles of Castlewellan have defected, he says. As we have just donated another bicycle to the Children in Need appeal through George Jones, worth £239, we here at Ross Cycles would still love to help you out. 1, a Barbie fun pack, including a Bell clip-on drinks bottle worth £14. A Liverpool helmet for 8-year-old worth £24. A Manchester United... What's a Manchester United helmet?
His name's Ian.
What is a Manchester United helmet? Have you ever seen David Beckham wearing a helmet?
No.
Have you ever seen Andy Cole?
No.
Wearing a helmet?
York? No.
Roy Keane wearing a helmet?
No.
And he gives a bike to George Jones. George, who doesn't even appreciate it.
He does.
He doesn't.
He does so.
He's
It's
only
for children in need.
Nah, it's only for George.
It's for children in need.
Nah.
Yeah, yourself.
Ring Ross Cycles and say we're very disappointed in him. But we will, of course, accept his prices.
Excuse me.
Not a bit happy about this.
You ring Ross Cycles and tell him.
Tell him
Tony from Newry wants you in one.
No, thanks. Tell him thanks. But, I'm very disappointed in his behaviour. I have to say that.
Okay.
I think possibly he's upset because McConvry Cycle sent us a bicycle. There's probably a certain degree of rivalry there. So he did what he thought would hurt me the most.
No, he didn't.
And let's give something to George.
It gives the bicycle to George every year.
But why didn't he give us one? We made him Ross Cycles in, where is it, Castlewellan? All right then, let's just leave that.
Newry, Tony, good morning.
Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
I'm all right.
That's good. I got your photo during the week. You look well.
Thank you. I look a little older than I am.
Probably are. But your autograph now is not the same, you know. It's only half an autograph.
It's only a little tiny, horrible autograph.
You never done that now when you're on the dole. You never signed your autograph like that.
No, that's a little kind of fair. Why, how do you know that? Did you ever work on the... Were you ever a clerk, were you? Did I ever sign in your box?
No, Jerry, what I rang you up about was this week's Sunday Ward, right? Page 58.
Yes.
It's sport end of it.
Yes.
They have Newry Town's result, last week's result of this, I think.
Yes.
They have a photograph of a fella called Trainer, and it isn't the Trainer plays for Newry Town, that's for sure.
Is that right?
And underneath the heading they have Crusaders 2, Portadown 1.
What was... Yeah,
and
right.
then they go to tell us about Newrytown, snatched the last winner.
Yeah.
And then on the other side they have Reds blouses spurred by Scannell.
Mm-hmm.
And the heading is Ballymena 1, Newry 1.
Not a word about Cliftonville.
A little bit of a mix-up all over the place.
What do you think they're trying to do there?
I think they're trying to
You think they're trying to kill the Irish League?
bamboozle the opposition.
Uh-huh. Well, how are people in Newry taking this?
Well, not too good from what I know.
All right, John.
Not too good from what I know. Newry's doing well. They're third in the league at the minute.
Yes, I believe they're doing well, yes.
Do you think they would put the right report in, wouldn't you?
It's probably discrimination of some kind.
More than likely. I'll
have a word with Jim McDowell, the
you,
editor.
John?
I plan to talk to him very shortly about getting people to go into hotels and get limousines for them.
Right, you can tell me, because I'll be down on Straver now. You're going to Straver on the 19th, is it?
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Why is that, Jerry?
Because a number of people asked me about that.
Right.
I'll tell you what it is. On the 19th of November, that's Friday... It's Friday week, isn't it?
Friday week.
Not this Friday, but Friday after that.
Friday after.
We're doing a little special thing. It's at St. Brona's, isn't it?
Yes, you and Kieran Goss.
Yeah, Kieran Goss and I are doing a little thing. We've never done it before. What we're going to do is, it's going to be an intimate gathering. It'll be an intimate gathering. What we're going to do is, two of us go on stage, and we're going to talk to one another, and I'm going to read a few wee bits of poetry and read a wee bit some things that I've written, and he's going to sing a few songs, and we're just going to have a little...
Are you going to sing yourself?
I'm not going to sing, no. No, I'll leave that to Mr. Goss.
Right.
But Kieran's going to sing, and he's going to talk and do a few little jokes and talk about music, and I'm going to talk about music. I used to be a musician myself, you know.
Should be good.
And I think I'm looking forward to it.
Right.
I'm really looking forward. This could be a new career for me.
Right.
An evening with Gerald Anderson.
Yes, I'll bought your book and I'll bring it down. Will you sign it for me? You will?
Oh, of course I will, yeah.
Right.
Are you going to come to that yourself?
Yes, I look forward to seeing it.
Oh, please do, because I'm looking forward to it as well. And it's not a thing I have to say that I'm getting money for. It's a thing that I just want to do.
But look at the experience you're getting, Jerry.
I know, because, you know, I'm a great raconteur.
You're like one can turn one's hand to anything.
No, it'll be good, and I'm looking forward. I'm going to read wee bits of poetry and things. Actually, I'm going to read some little things that people have sent me in.
Right.
As well as some of my own stuff. And, you know, stuff that's loosely connected with music and you know, life in general. So I'm looking forward to it.
Very, very interesting.
Well, I hope so.
Very interesting.
Okay, well, I'll see you there. But in the meantime, I'll have a word with Jim McDowell. As a matter of fact, you know what I might? I might give away a couple of tickets for that.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
What are you doing now? Well, you see, excuse me a second.
Wouldn't be a
Tony,
bad idea,
Tony.
Jerry. That'd be nice.
Tony, excuse me a second.
Sorry.
What? Kieran Goss and I are doing a little gig in Rostrevor on Friday week. Charity do? More or less.
Yeah.
And Kieran is going to sing some songs, and I'm going to read some of my wonderful writing. And I'm going to read some little pieces of poetry, and it's going to, two of us will be on the stage. It'll be an intimate, there'll be a girl on my knee. Going to have an intimate gathering, candlelit, that type of thing. It's not
No. Let's just pause here. Run that past me again. Right, Kieran, we know what Kieran Goss is capable of. Very good singer, songwriter.
Excellent.
Yes.
I'm very surprised he's agreed
He will entertain the crowd, no problem. You will walk on the stage with a book of poetry. Is this what you're telling me? You will walk up to the microphone with a book of poetry and read poems.
No, what we'll do, the sort of thing we'll do is I'll go on the stage and I'll say, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gerald Michael Anderson, ex-Christian Brother pupil.
Right.
Can't tell you how great a thrill it is to be on the same stage as one of my idols, Mr. Kieran Goss. Put your hands together, Mr. Kieran Goss, and they'll do that.
So Kieran's coming on the stage.
Oh, he'll be
now?
there. Well, I'd say Kieran...
Kieran's sitting... is he sitting behind you on a stool, like?
No, he'll be sitting beside me, and that sort of thing.
So you're... Right, okay.
And then I'll say, you know, Kieran and I have many things in common. I, too, used to be a musician, and when we talk about that, you know. And then I will say... I'll maybe read a little piece of poetry.
Right, so you have this book of poetry in your hand?
No. I have various little pieces which I shall cull from my vast collection. Then I read from my own book, and then I'm going to read from a book that I'm writing at the moment. It's a work in progress. You know nothing about this.
No.
You think I just go home and watch TV, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm a very busy boy. So I'm going to read from a work in progress, from my own book, and from various pieces of... for instance, I may read The Ballroom of Romance by Rita Thingamy Hatton. I may read that. You want to be there, don't you? What I was thinking of doing was maybe give away a couple of tickets for that next week sometime, if you don't mind.
How much budget did they see this extravaganza?
It's only a tenner.
Tony, would you go to that?
I would surely, Jerry, yes.
Give Tony
You're
a couple
laughing
of tickets.
you're laughing at Kieran Goss.
I'm not laughing at Kieran. I'm laughing at you reading poetry.
Why not?
Yeah,
People
I'll be nice,
Tony,
Jerry.
why not? I mean, people, I'm a published author. I mean, what am I? Somebody just keep getting blown in under the door? I mean, what am I?
Would you not do something else?
Like what?
You'd sing or do
I'm
something.
not going to sing with Kieran Goss sitting there. I'm not
When
Sonny
you do
Knowles.
stuff, when you rehearse with
What do you think I am,
Kieran.
Sonny Knowles?
Rehearse with
Did you
Kieran.
see Sonny Knowles the other night getting up and singing in front of Joe Locke and not even saying, I'm
That's
sorry?
right. That was brilliant, wasn't it?
He didn't even apologise.
No,
Do you see if I'd have been Sonny Knowles and singing in front of Joe Locke, I'd say, oh, Joe, sure, I'll do my best. But he just went up there as proud as punch.
No. I think that's what they do.
That's like me going up to the Pope and saying,
Mass.
did you ever hear this prayer? Anyway, you're not keen on that then.
John Ross is on too.
I'm not finished with Tony.
Right.
Tony, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay, Jerry.
So
okay.
that's the crack anyway.
Should be a good night. I'll enjoy
I'm
it.
looking forward to it. We don't want people like Coyle there.
We'll take him down for a bit of crack.
No, you don't even want drinking women.
All right.
I'm there for culture. Okay, thank you.
Goodbye, Jerry.
I'll see you there.
Yes, you'll surely.
Bye.
Send me on a lot of tickets.
No. Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't know what it is that people laugh at me when I do something worthwhile. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Jerry.
Yes.
It's your disappointment here. John Ross.
Oh, John, I was just talking about you a moment ago.
You were indeed, yes.
And thank you very much for the wonderful prizes you've donated.
Aye.
And I can't thank you enough. You know, every little counts.
I would just like to get everything sorted out, Jerry. So what we do every year, we deal with the BBC Children in Need.
Yeah.
Which, not that I'm impugning your work, sir, but I think the Children in Need would be a wee bit more urgent and needing a bike more so than the rickety way. Not that I'm saying any different to your whatever, but if you want, Jerry, now I could take the bike out of Children in Need and give it to you.
No, I couldn't possibly allow you to do that.
No?
Just give me the wheels.
Give you the wheel?
No. Let me say at this juncture that I appreciate what you're doing for Children in Need.
Yes.
And that, of course, Children in Need is more important than my rickety wheel. But you have a nerve. You know.
Right.
You have a
No, but I just think that. Did you see what amount those prizes came to? £66.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
Thank you
Well,
very
I'm
much.
sure there's some wee girls sitting at home at the moment, or some parents sitting at home at the moment, that would say, oh, look, a lovely Barbie bottle, and you're saying about the Man United helmet. Well, what that is, it's the Man United logo on a bicycle helmet that will ensure children to wear their helmets rather than just a standard plain black or plain green. At least with a Man United logo on it and a nice football, they'll be attracted by the helmet and be proud to wear the helmet. The same with the Liverpool one.
Okay,
Is that matter cleared up?
You're talking me around it, yeah. I want a Manchester United helmet now myself. Now
Yeah, you see.
You've fired me with enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry maybe you've got the wrong end of the stick. It's not that I dislike Children in
And you
Need.
see, we're not like any other cycle shop. See, whenever we give a bike away, we give a bike away. We are given a full suspension, 15-speed Revo shift, suspension, ATB, downhill mountain bike away to George Jones, the Children Need appeal.
Oh, I'm sure he'll
And as
appreciate
you said earlier on, it's worth £239.
Well, I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Indeed.
Has he
He'll
thanked you
need
in a manner that is appropriate?
No, it's a matter that affects my heart, Jerry, and I just have to help the wee children out.
All right. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
All right,
Thank you for your donation, sir. And I take back any slanderous or indeed hurtful remarks I may have fired in your direction. Are you lying in the street or something? Are you?
Pardon?
Are you lying out in the street or something?
No, I was out the backyard there, out of the shop, and there's a helicopter going above my head. I'm running in case they're after me.
All right, yeah, okay. Yeah, it sounds like a Boeing 747 going over.
Aye.
Anyway, thank you very much, sir.
No problem, Jerry.
Thank you, Ross Cycles.
Yep.
In
you're
Castlewellan. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Sneak. Special service tonight there will be in Kilcooley Presbyterian Church in Bangor at 8 p.m. featuring the Newton Ards Male Voice Testimony Choir. That'll be a thrill. And here we go again. I have so many things to read out, I can't even stop. I mean, I can't even start. There'll be an antiques and collectibles fair at Mullabrack Parish Church Hall in Mullabrack Road, Market Hill on Saturday the 13th of November. Victoria College Annual APT Craft Fair on Saturday the 13th of November in Victoria College from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There will be a square dance in Ackerton Parish Centre, Port Stewart, Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Admission is £4, including supper. Music by Roberta Scott and dance caller Francis Branagh. Swing your partners round and round. That's turned into George Jones again, I'm sorry. We'll be back again tomorrow morning at 10:30. Goodbye.